Wow, what an episode. We've got a lot to talk about this week. So we just got the third episode of Loki on Disney Plus. Pretty crazy that we're actually at the midpoint of the season, but it has been a lot of fun actually talking about the show each and every week with you guys. So make sure you share your thoughts down below. What did you think of the episode? And also, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you're up to date with all of our Loki discussions. We had that really great cliffhanger at the end of episode 2 with the variant being revealed to be Sophia DiMartino. After the episode aired, we did have a lot of discussion. Is it Lady Loki? Is it Enchantress? But she goes by Sylvie in the credits depending on what you go by, and also the variant, so we're just gonna go with the variant, I guess, at this point. But she does blow up the sacred timeline and then pieces out, and Loki goes with her, so that's some big tension going into episode 3. I don't know about you guys, but I thought this episode was such a delight to watch. I think that this new character, Sylvie, may be one of my new favorite characters in the MCU. She brings a lot of fun charisma to this show. She complements Loki so well, especially the banter that they have all throughout the episode in this adventure, but that's getting ahead of ourselves. I do love that the episode opens with Demons by Hayley Kiyoko, because I think that's an amazing song. The soundtrack and score of this show has been fire so far, so I'm just really excited to see more amazing songs unfold in the show. It felt like an odd way to open up the episode, having Sasha Lane's characters talking to Sophia DiMartino in like normal looking clothes, having this conversation about brain freeze as they ask different questions. You knew that there was going to be some sinister undertones underneath it, and there were. It was Sylvie inside of her head trying to pry out info about the Timekeeper, so I guess that's why she was so messed up towards the end of the last episode. Right from the start here is why I thought that Sylvie was such a badass character, because she takes on all these different Timekeeper agents by herself in this episode, and then even takes on Loki for a minute until Renslayer makes them retreat. They teleport to Lamentis 1, which is a planet that I don't know too much about when it comes to the comics. I think it has something to do with like the Kree. I believe it's a planet kind of like near the Kree Empire, but that's kind of about it as far as my knowledge about this planet goes. This, of course, is the location for the entirety of the rest of the episode. It's kind of iffy to me. I do think that it's cool. The CGI backgrounds did kind of take me out of it a little bit, but that's kind of like a nitpicky kind of thing. I do love that they actually were forced to work together as they're stuck there because their temp pad needs a recharge, but man, do their personalities clash when they're forced to work together. I think that is the best part of this. It's the most entertaining aspect, seeing Sylvie and Loki kind of try to come to an understanding because they're now forced to work together, even as they very much have strong personalities that they're just not going to get along no matter what they really do here. I did find it very interesting that Sylvie does not like to be called Loki. I hope that is explored later on why she doesn't like to be called Loki and she has this new alias as Sylvie. One thing I do appreciate about Loki is the way that it portrays its comedy, because Tom Hiddleston as Loki just has like a distinct kind of humor that I enjoy. Both him and Sylvie try their best to have these costumes to try and get on this arc so they can get out of there. Well, they gotta get on the train first and then get on the arc to try and get out of there before this planet blows up. And just the way that they go about it, both ways they try it, are just really great entertaining moments. That isn't to say that the entire episode is humor and just them arguing back and forth, because I actually do love the moments that they have when they're actually on the train, because it is kind of slower. They actually have to have a conversation with each other. It was sweet to see Sylvie and Loki bond over their very different lives as Loki, whether it be their adoption, talking about their mothers, love, and relationships. We get a little bit of that sprinkled in as well. I did for a moment think we were going to have a line that almost rivals the line from WandaVision that Vision said about what is grief if not love persevering, as Sylvie has this line about love is mischief, and Loki tries to have a rebuttal and he gets drunk and he compares love to a dagger and it just botches it completely. It was great though. I did, like I said, I thought it was going to be like, this is our show's version of that line, and they just botched it, but it was in a great humorous way, so I appreciated it. And as you would expect, they get found out on the train, a big battle ensues. I was not expecting Loki to get chucked out of a window. That is definitely not something I thought was going to happen in the battle, but that's the way that they get off the train. It seemed to be pretty bad other than the obvious, because the temp pad that they need to leave is broken now, so they gotta find a new way to get off of this planet before the planet blows up. They're gonna try and hijack the Ark because the Ark actually wasn't supposed to leave, so they're gonna try and mess with time, I guess, in that way, because it was never supposed to leave in the first place. They don't get there though. That is something that I thought was very shocking to me, that they're still stuck on this planet by the end of the episode. I want to leave off on a juicy detail that we seem to have learned in some of the dialogue towards the end of the episode between Sylvie and Loki, as we see Sylvie is trying to kind of teach Loki how she does the whole enchanting thing, and then we find out that Sasha Lane's character was a regular person before joining the TVA, which is contradictory to some of the info that we learned about the TVA in previous episodes that Loki brings up. So it seems like some of those TVA theories that we got, we've speculated on these last couple weeks may actually have some, merit to them, which is, I think, very intriguing, as it may seem like the TVA are actually more of the villains of the Loki show than we kind of thought that they were. I kind of figured they may be the villain of the show. I don't know if the show is going to have a villain, so that is very interesting to speculate on. But let me know your thoughts down below. What you think of the 3rd episode of Loki? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you think is going to happen in next week's episode, as we're probably going to pick up where we left off in this planet? They're stuck there. How are they going to get off this planet? And also the stuff when it comes to the TVA. Do you think that the stuff with the TVA is accurate when it comes to what they said between Sylvie and Loki? Do you think the TVA are actually the bad guys? What do you think your theories are? Share all your thoughts down below. Thank you as always for checking my videos, though. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like it, subscribe button. Okay, reviews, show actions, unboxings, and more on the channel. But next time, I'll see you guys later.